Andrew Figuccio with Figuccio Studios. I started doing a live series several days ago, maybe 2 3 days ago. I started it. It's regarding this recording slash music promotional company that I just started. It's called Figuccio Studios, and I'm the founder of it. It should be official within the next week. I'm just waiting basically to file the paperwork at this point. But yeah, this is something that's been in the works for some time now, and it's finally come to fruition. So the whole point of this live though is because I just recently released a music video. I released like different drafts, like a rough draft. I did draft one 2 days ago, not yesterday, but the day before I did that draft. And then I did draft number two just yesterday. And what I was looking to see, I was looking to get some feedback from anybody who might view the videos and, kind of see like a direction or which one that they preferred. Because I'm not like the best at the music video whole process of recording and creating it. Definitely trying to improve and seek some pointers if possible. Um, but at this point, I feel like I'm confident enough to where I can consistently release material content now. I'm like, it's okay. It's not the greatest quality. I'm not like a complete master at it, but I've mastered the basics. But I like to consider myself a jack of all trades anyway. There's just I have my hands in a lot of different uh, directions, and I like to, try to utilize each one of them. It just so happens that a majority of the things that I have knowledge in are related to music production, music video editing, and things such as that. That's just the direction that life led me. And up to this point, I'm seeking artists to grow this company. I just want to get things going as fast as possible. But ultimately, there's a process, and I'm okay with it. I know you got to put in the footwork in the beginning, so I'm prepared to do that. That's why every day what I've been doing is doing these lives, just to start to gain some more attention and growth towards this whole process. I want there to be a community behind this whole project and program, and want people to interact and to feel like a part of it. And it's not just about the company. It's also about branching out to other people, and if I can be of service to them in any way, then I'm willing to do that. Like I said, Figuccio Studios is more than just a record label, music production, and artist development program. It's also based on the foundational letters are, it's okay, the FS is Figuccio Studios, but the FS also stands for faith and service, because I feel like faith and service is what's necessary to succeed in all areas of life, not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, and physically. So you have to have believe in something, and that having that belief is usually there's in I'm sure in every person that has succeeded in some area in life, they know that they had faith in something, and it gave them the desire and to pursue something else. So that faith turned into service. So at this point, yeah, I'm just getting into this whole process. Like I said yesterday, it's just interesting. I love how artistically things kind of just you're doing something, and it's not how it was intended in the beginning, but ultimately it develops into something. Like I had the original version of the music video was like blue, and it was a completely different shot. It was shot on a different day, and I shot all the takes, and then I was like, okay, yeah, I liked it. It was cool, and I started dabbling into like this 3D animation stuff, and I started noticing it was like taking a toll on the computer that I was using. I guess, but I was doing something wrong with it. Started figuring it out. But then yesterday, it just like how it came together. Like it was black and white, the whole the color grading. It turned black and white, and then I started getting like the graphics of 3D title, and it was like like bloody, and but it was red. And the first thing that came to my mind was like comic book. For some reason, maybe it was not even so much comic book, but Sin City. Like Sin City, those graphic novels, like it was black and white with the red, and I thought that was cool. Kind of, it took on a life of its own. And when it was all said and done, it was like a process. I don't know if it was, maybe it was the longest that I spent specifically on a music video. But I enjoyed the process, and it's something that I'm going to continue to do. I would say on a weekly basis. Now I'm going to consistently do lives. I'm going to try to do them practically every day. That's what I want to do now. So, I'm prepared to do that. Whatever I got to do at this point, just put in the groundwork, and hopefully if it grows into something, that's the whole point of it, the whole purpose. And at this point, yeah, like the music recording process, as far as like am I going to be, I'm very focused right now because I literally just released a project. So I just released Cold Front, and that was about a week ago. And now that I released the Cold Front, I want to do, I don't know if I want to do a music video for each track on the Cold Front, but there is the next one that I do want to do the track on. I want to say it's Slick Rick. Yeah, Slick Rick. There were several tracks on this mixtape that I dropped that I was like, okay, this is me more coming into a more quality based project, and everything. All areas have just improved to the point where I'm pretty satisfied. And Slick Rick was one of them. Slick Rick took very short. It was just one of those songs where it just, just comes together. And I like those songs that it's not really like a whole formula behind it. Like usually it's like, okay, you got the hook, and then you got the 16s, and usually you go like, either you can go 16 hook, 16, maybe back to the hook again. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. It depends on the hook. How good is the hook? And, do you really want to do the hook again? Is it good enough, or should I do another hook? That's what I also do. Because, like, sometimes it's like, is it worth hearing the hook twice? But at that point, the hook, from what I hear from a lot of artists say, the hook is really one of the most important things. And the people that do hooks get paid the most as well, potentially, from what I hear. But ultimately, the money. if I was doing the music for the money, then let's just say I wouldn't be doing it anymore. Because I put a lot of time and effort, and I put more money into the music than anything, and more time and effort. And it was just a passion. It is still a passion that I have, but now I'm at a stage in my life where, okay, I'm contemplating. I know like my music has definitely gotten better. There's no question about it. If I look back over 5 years ago, the quality has just completely, it's increased. So at this point, yeah, I'm satisfied with what I have, but I know this last year to me is the most crucial year for just the creation of my music and the whole career in general. But that's why Figuccio Studios is put in place now, because I want to continue being involved in the music scene. And if it's not as an artist, I'm okay with that. Because I like being involved in the process. I just like the atmosphere, and it's just something that I've always enjoyed, and I pursued it. If I didn't enjoy it and have a passion for it the way that I do, then I wouldn't be doing it anymore, because it costs a lot, just to get started for everything involved. I mean, this camera, this computer. I got a computer over there that my first computer that I've ever had, and that's the first computer that I ever recorded on. Yeah, so it's been a long long ride with this whole music thing, and that's why I'm like kind of not getting sentimental about it, but I'm like, okay, I'm putting more effort into it and looking at it like this is the crunch time as far as for me as an artist, which is sad to kind of say and see. But I just feel like I don't want to be that guy that continues to pursue that musical career, even though he knows that it's just not going to work out. But I still have faith. There's still that chance right now. But I don't want to get into my older years and be like, okay, you're like 40 years old, still trying to rap, 35 years old, trying to rap. I'm trying to make music like that. So that's why I'm getting involved. I began the business. I started for Guccio Studios, and I want to get involved in other artists and, in whatever area possible, whatever I think I can help, just directing them and or showing them things that I did that, maybe they could improve on or do better. Because there's just so many different areas of this industry. That's why, like it takes so much time to do it by yourself to like develop every area. Because, like for a lot of years, I kind of had wasted time because I spent a lot of time incarcerated, you know, probably about almost 5 years of my life incarcerated. So that kind of, made the whole process, it took a back seat and it hindered my development in all areas. But it also gave me that hunger when I did get out. Like I felt like it was always like the time is now. I had to do it now. So it also put that fire under me. So I'm grateful for that as well. But at this point, like I'm just getting started and I'm ready to put this work in even more. But right now, like I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready to just, I'm ready to, do the recording even more. Like I've recorded so many songs, hundreds of songs, and now I'm just putting the music videos. I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do at this next point is I'm gonna mainly focus on a single because I released the three projects, but now I'm just gonna like maybe drop. I don't want to say it, drop a single every week because sometimes you don't want to drop a single every week because it's like that. You're not gonna get that song when you're pushing for it. Like I always get that song when it's like, all right, I'm like, kind of this sucks, and then you get that beat, and really it's like the beat for me. I mean, yeah, usually almost is always the beat, and it's hard to find good beats. I mean, it's well, not really good beats, I should say, but it's hard to find unique beats where that gives you that like that feeling, and that's what BB, the song BB, that beat. Shout out to the guy. I believe the producer was Galaxy. Just as soon as it comes on, it just gives you that feeling like like that inspiration, and it was immediate. Like I felt that right away. There's just several songs, the instrumentals that I got accumulated on this project, Cold Front. I was like, you know what? That's they were good beats, and it's hard to find. I sort through. I spend a lot of time like sorting through, and sometimes I'll just throw a beat on, and then like I'll record on it, and I'll decide like, that beat I don't really like it too much. But the beats, the producers, they need all the credit in the world because they are. I mean, they're 50% of the song, really. I mean, 50% is a song wouldn't be what it is without the producers. So that's why it's good that I'm able to access producers the way that I am, the way that we're freely able to access producers. But all the beats that I do release, I have licenses for, and I make sure of that. And I've always, for some reason, I always was kind of just bent on that. I knew that I just always wanted to have the license when I release it because it makes it more official. So all the licenses that I have, the songs that I release, it's paid for, and I own specific rights to the beats. I don't own them outright, but it's a part of my process. what I do, I get a beat. I find that beat. Well, I listen to the beat and I'm like, okay, am I really feeling it? But when you hear it, you usually hear it. But what I like is you can like get it for free. Okay, so you get it online or something and you download it, and then once you download it for free, you can record on it. I mean, even though it got the tag on it, you're just like, all right, whatever. You look past the tag. Um, and then you record on it, and you could just like sit there and be like, I don't know if it's something. That's what I like to do. I like to record on like free beats. What I'll do is I'll download. This is like a part of my process. What I do, I download beats. I'm going through all different sites, not just YouTube. I use like BeatStars, stuff like that. And I've done things like that. This for years, and this was like just part of the process. I look through the beats. I'm not just one of these run of the mill rappers these days. I've been in this, even though I'm not, I don't have the accolades and the fan base to prove it, but I've been in this game for a while. I'm a veteran. I mean, at this point, I'm a veteran in this game. That's just what it comes down to. And I put the time in and the effort. Even though maybe I didn't have the connections or things, just I didn't have that break, didn't get that break that I was hoping for. It just didn't work out the way that I planned. But ultimately, I've been deeply involved in this industry, and I know what I'm doing. As far as the musical production side, I run Pro Tools. I started running Pro Tools. Well, originally I ran on Audacity, and I had Pro Tools. Well, I had Fruity Loops, and I had early on it was originally Audacity, because Audacity was so easy. Like, you would just put the beat on Audacity, and it was just, then you just record on it. So that's how I started off. So I started with the most, like, I would consider Audacity practically the most basic software you can record on. So I used Audacity, and I used Audacity for years and years. And I even went to the recording workshop. I went to like a college for recording, and blanking out. Yeah, I went to a college for recording, and the industry standard, this is what they always said, the industry standard is Pro Tools. So, I never was using Pro Tools, though, even when they told us, okay, this is the industry standard. But at that time, like, Pro Tools was like, I think to have it, it was like $500 software or something. It was expensive at the time. And I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not paying $500 when I could just record on Audacity. But as time went on, I was just looking for any way to improve the quality of, not just the quality of music that I was producing, but the quality of the mix, because that is so important as well. Like, if you get different sounds, like, I actually got damage in my ears because of the quality of the mixing that I had. It was just bad, because your ears get like, I forget what they get exposed to, these levels of sound that it's not really, it's good. It's actually harmful to your ears. So that's where you need like things like compression, and you need to like do it in the right type of way. And I don't really do like EQ. I don't know, like, if somebody has like an opinion on people doing EQing, I don't know. I'm not really big on the EQ. But what I've been recently doing is definitely understand why compression is necessary, because of the threshold. Because you're like, it's like a cutoff point to where, okay, it's too loud, and then you're just like covering it, putting a cover on it and concealing it, and making the sound, not break through that barrier. And it's absolutely necessary, and it has been crucial to my improvement in my mixes recently. And yeah, I mean, like, I record, like, I'm a beat. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to see other artists in the studio, but I know, like, I put in a lot of effort, and like when I record, it'll be like a whole day, and I'll knock out like 3, 4 songs, and I didn't haven't even been writing like as of recently. That's another like trick of the trade that I recently learned. What I was doing, I would always write. I was just a writer. I got papers, I got books, notebooks full of writing. Like, and I'm one of those people where I'm like, I always thought like you could just work your way to something, and that's all I would do. I would write, whether I was in jail or I was, at, when I was in my quote unquote studio, I would just write, 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 and I could write all day, and it was just, and I loved it too. It was therapeutic for me, and that's what music has really, not just music, but the creation of music, the whole process of creating music has been therapeutic. And that's why it's hard for me to kind of stop at this point, because it's like a part of my life at this point. But I also see it like I'm like, okay, I'm generating any revenue from it, and that's what I need to look at right now, and that's important. Not like I'm like strapped for cash and like I can't do it, and it's just I'm at the point in my life where I'm seeing that okay, I got to get more. Like I'm financially like I'm okay, like I'm in a good decent position, but as far as like could be getting better, like what is another avenue, like what's another way to improve? And obviously like the business aspect of things, okay, there's other parts of this industry that people discount, but it's just there's the business side, and then there's the recording side, and there's the promotional aspect. I mean, that could be also incorporated with the business side, and that's where I'm aiming to get to that point of stability where okay, like if I can mainly focus on this all the time, then I'm okay with that. Like, that's cool, and really that's what life has afforded me at this point in time. I'm able to dedicate a lot of time to it to see if okay, is this like the path that was, I don't know, sometimes I feel like okay, is the path laid out for you, like is it already set in stone, or do you gotta like make your own path? That's what I just I constantly struggle with. I'm like, okay, am I making the right path? Is this the path I was supposed to go down, or am I forcing a path? There's things that you constantly contemplate throughout life, and yeah, but this is what I'm doing. I'm very focused on this right now, and it was kind of like not spur of the moment, but it was it was like not random either, because this is something that I definitely had intentions to do, but as of recently, that spark has just ignited even more, which I don't know why, but whatever it is, maybe it's just the moment, the season, who knows, the change of the seasons. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But regardless, I'm just going to keep pressing on, and this is probably the longest I've ever been live yet. Yeah, I don't really do these lives, but I could yap on about music all day. Yeah, there's anything I could do. If there's one thing I could do, that's for sure. There's many different aspects of life as well, but the main focus of here is you know music, music production, music video editing, and it'd be good to get some people's feedback and try to see get a direction, some type of direction on what exactly where I'm at specifically. I mean, I'm satisfied with the quality of what I just produced, and I'm okay with that. And I feel like okay, I could get better. I know I could get better, but I'm like I've progressed to a point where I really didn't think that I was going to get to, or I was going to pursue it this as much as I did. So now I'm yeah, I'm satisfied, but I'm also at the point where I know I'm like breaking barriers. So I'm kind of trying to just break as many barriers as I possibly can right now, while I can. Because then you get a point where you hit that wall, you break the barrier, and then you just hit a wall, and it's like you kind of just want to stop. And right now, I'm at a point where I just want to go. I just want to get it, because you never know. There's always circumstances in life, and I don't want to be that person that didn't try to pursue things as much as he could. I want to just put it all out there, put it all on the line. I don't want to, have that regret of what if, and that's the one thing that I fear. I don't care if I fail, but it's having that thought of what if I did, what if I did this? So ultimately, that's what I leave everybody with today. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to be on this live session, and I'm grateful for anyone who gets to hear this. Thank you. It's Figuccio Studios, and I'm Andrew Figuccio. Thank you. Bye.